Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new season of The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 7, Episode 1. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time or new to my Potomac reviews, please do not hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Stick around for the remainder of the season if you get anything out of the content. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, we see Giselle and Karen walking together, setting up a picnic. I'm like, oh, okay, honey, these two are back in rotation, okay? I like to see these two get along, and I like to see these two fight. Let me tell you something. If there was ever a Hall of Fame for two people who knew how to be housewives frenemies and bring it every season, it would be Karen and Gizzard. It would be Karen and Gizzard, honey. That's just what I'm saying. So they're sitting down on the blanket and whatnot, and they're talking about Ashley and her divorce. So Karen is like, I don't know how they got there. And girl gone. You don't know how they got there? So then Robin shows up. Hey, girl. Okay, new hair color on Robin, I like this hair color. So they all sitting there and they talking, right? So then Ashley pulls up to the scene dressed like an extra from the hit musical Grease. I said, baby, what is Ashley wearing? Listen, let me tell y'all something. Sometimes Ashley gets it extremely wrong. Honey, I know we get on Gizzard, but Ashley can get it wrong as well, honey. And this outfit pulling up to this picnic was all the way wrong. But y'all know what I noticed? Y'all know what I loved about this scene is that all the OGs were together and getting along. I said, okay, OG picnic. So they asked Karen about Ray, and she's like, oh, he's good, but that Ray, he's a handful. And, especially with me being 17 years younger, I keep him, young. Here go Giselle. Last year was 14, okay? And the year before that, it was 9. Baby, Giselle is hell. Giselle is hell. Do you hear me? She was like, the number keep on changing. Here go Karen. Nah, that ain't me. That's Mia where the math don't be mathing. So then they bring up Mia and her social media post about the cancer, right? So Robin was like, Mia seems like another attention seeker because either you're sick or you're not sick. And y'all know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Kim Zolciak season 1 at that very first reunion when Nene had them leggings on and that big old chunky belt. Baby, Kim said, they found something and they thought it was cancer. Andy said, so you have cancer? No, they found I had some other things going on. Kim, shut the hell up. Oh, child, Kim, shut the hell up. I'm going to start calling Mia Kim, honey. Kim Mia. Child, I'm not about to play. Moving forward. So Karen is like, well, I just feel like I need more information and I really just want to hear her out. Now, I did respect Karen for that because, Karen could have went in and got to talking with the heifers, especially Giselle she will lure you and wrap you into some foolishness, okay? So Karen was like, The mic is always hot. The cameras are always rolling and you heifers will not roll me back at the reunion. So therefore, and thus and such, I'm going to wait to see what she has to say about this and then we'll talk about it. So Ashley was like, well, judging from her past, it makes her a bit questionable. Mia got a little line problem. And I told y'all that last review from last season, but didn't nobody want to listen to me. I said, Mia got a little line problem. I told y'all. So then they switched gears over to Ashley. So Karen was like, so how did you guys move to wanting to get a divorce? She was like, well, I don't drink anymore. He's interested in drinking. And so Giselle was like, so y'all getting a divorce because you don't drink no more? Let me see you with a Corona, Ashley. And I'm watching you, honey, and you ain't fooling me. So she was like, no, it's not just that. It's other stuff. Like we were in Miami. This woman really wanted to get down with the get down. I was not interested. Michael was all about it. And I'm just not down for sharing anymore. So in the confessional, she's telling us that she no longer wants to engage in the threesomes of it all. But this is my thing. That's why you can't be opening up Pandora's box. Because once you open up your bed, then they going to want you to keep on doing it. Okay? It's like once you start, you can't stop. So that's why you shouldn't even invite that kind of stuff into your marriage. It just don't work like that. So then Ashley tells them, that Michael's being real sweet. And she's like, yeah, and I want to buy a house, but, my budget is low, but his budget is high. And we're going to buy the house in an LLC. Ma'am, hell no. Okay? That's still him controlling you financially. What are you even talking about? Giselle said, so y'all buying a house together? She's like, well, in the LLC. Baby, this ain't no divorce, honey. Like, this ain't no divorce. And Karen was like, girl, this not even a separation. Girl, what is this? Moving forward. So Ashley was like, well, to me, a divorce is about your financials and whatnot. So Giselle said, no, it's about you done with the person. You don't want nothing else to do with them. So Karen said, if it was me, he wouldn't be house hunting with me. Child, I know that's right. Ashley, let me find out you and Michael concocted this plan after Nikki told you on their reunion that you didn't have no storyline and you ain't fooling me. Because I rewatched the reunion today. And it's just mighty strange that when Miss Minaj told Ashley that she didn't have no storyline and she was like, is my family not my storyline? Then all of a sudden you come back and you got an LLC and get in a house and y'all get a divorce. Child. Moving forward. So here go Robin. There's no way I would be buying a house with Juan if we were getting a divorce. Like, no way. Robin, please reserve your judgment, honey, because you lived with Juan like the divorce never happened. Okay, so pot, meet kettle. Moving forward. So then Karen comes up with this idea for a spring party or something, child. So she invites the heifers. So here go Giselle. She's like, wait a minute. This is not your normal type of invitation. Like, where's the text message? Where's the formal invitation? So Karen starts screeching, child, but she said it was singing. But she did hold that note for a while, though. Baby, she held that note for a while, honey. In the next scene, Candace and Chris, they're meeting with the doctor to talk about freezing her eggs. So the doctor is basically telling her about what it's going to take in order for her to do that. And Candace is just letting us know in the confessional, she's booked and busy. So she wants to make sure that she has eggs for when she's ready to have a baby. So the doctor is telling Candace, listen, when we start the injections, you cannot be canceling. Okay? You can't be canceling the appointments and stuff. It's not going to work like that. So she turns around and tells Chris, okay, you're going to need a consistent schedule. Okay? He's like, well, I have like 2 days off. She's like, no, you don't. He said, yes, I do. She said, no, you don't. Listen, y'all need to have this argument at the house, not in front of this doctor, honey. She ain't getting paid enough for this. So she said that, Chris has been working, but at first he was working from home and now he's working till like 1 a.m. as a general manager of a hotel, I guess in their restaurant department and whatnot. So the producer asked when she would like to get pregnant. So she's like, well, every Wednesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. And girl say, what now? Girl gone, honey. So in the car after they leave the doctor's office, she's trying to make a little small talk with him. She's like, babe, I'm hungry. And he's like, I'm hungry too, which is making me cranky. So she like tapped him. And he's like, and you're hitting me? She's like, that's a love tap. So I can already tell he's a little bit irritated, right? So she's telling Chris, she's like, listen, I don't really trust you to do the injections for me because I don't know if you're on board. He was like, no, I'm on board. She was like, well, I don't trust your work-life balance. Candace, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. I'm telling you right now, in hospitality of any kind, restaurant or otherwise, there is no work-life balance. You're going to work 365 days of a year, 265 hours in a week. I am telling you, hospitality never shuts down. They work holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, everything that you could work. They work through tornadoes, hurricanes. The world has to shut down for the hospitality industry to stop moving. So, I mean, you kind of right about that, honey. There is no work-life balance. So he was like, well, I'm working on that. So she goes, well, I don't know what it's going to be like. Like, what would I do if I had 2 kids running around and you're not at home? Candace, I really feel like you're trying to talk yourself out of it because, to be honest, things will always happen, okay? It's just going to always happen. So Chris is telling her she needs to get over that mindset. Now, me, I can see both sides. Okay, when it's your first child, it's scary. You want to know that your spouse is there to support you, but also life is going to continue to life and you just going to have to adjust. So it's either have the baby and hope for the best or don't have the baby. I mean, it's either one of those. So he's like, listen, if they book a effing event with 500 people, it's nothing that I can do. She's like, if you cuss at me one more time. He was like, no, because you don't want to listen and it's pissing me off. Chris would need to watch his mouth. He would have to watch his mouth when it came to me. There's a way to have a discussion. She's just trying to tell you, how she feels. She's trying to tell you her concerns. Like, child, the way y'all arguing, I don't know if now is the right time to be planning for no baby. Moving forward. In the next scene, Robin goes to meet up for lunch with Shasha, aka Sharice. Hey girl, child, Sharice been clamoring to get back on the scene, okay? Sharice been trying to get back on this show since 2nd season. Anywho, third season because I think she came back for the second. So Robin tells us, she's known Charisse the longest. She met Giselle through Charisse. So really the title of Grand Dame belongs to Charisse. Oh, Lord. Please don't let Karen hear that. That's probably why Karen don't want her around. Nah. You know Karen don't like that. So they start talking about Charisse's non-existent love life. And you know what? I always feel so bad for how Eddie did her. That first season, I was like, dang, man, I feel so bad for Charisse. But anyway, so then she was asking Robin, when's the date? Girl, when you get married? Piss or get off the pot. Child, Robin ain't married no one. We're on to the next storyline. And girl, keep up. So they flash back to the romance that is Juan and Robin in their love story. And she's telling Charisse, girl, we don't have no plans. We don't have no date. We don't have nothing. So production asked Robin if she ever wanted to get married. Do you still want to get married? At this point, for these two, it's just a piece of paper. Okay, they just bought a house, never stopped living together after the divorce. So I'm just feeling like Juan is really in no rush. Because, what is he really going to lose or gain? Because he know Robin ain't going nowhere either way. So Robin tells Charisse that she wanted to talk to Juan about getting a prenup because she's the breadwinner and the roles have reversed financially. Okay, Rob. Honey, Rob said you will not get half of my Amazon hat empire. I know that's right. Baby, I know that's right. The hats are bringing in the coins, honey. They make them in your size when you got the coins. So Charisse feels like, Juan gonna understand because they signed a prenup before, but Robin feels like it's gonna be different coming from him. And the male ego is fragile. So I feel like Juan might feel a type of way. Like, what? Even though he had her sign a prenup when he was the breadwinner. So Robin basically said that she don't feel like the person with the least amount of money deserves half. And so Charisse is like, so you don't think I deserved half? She said, no, you did not. Listen, if I gave you kids, okay? If I gave your kids life and took care of you and our household, I deserve half, especially if you cheated on me. Baby, half is not enough. So, I guess it just depends on your circumstance. But as for me and mine, honey, we going to the bank. I'm just saying. So Robin asked her, she said, okay, so do you think Juan deserves half of my money if we get a divorce? And she was like, yeah, I do. Now, I don't think she really does. I think she just said that because, she got half, so therefore and thus and such. Because this is what I think. I feel like people feel differently when it's a man versus a woman. Like, they always feel like the woman deserves half. But the man, it's like, sir, if you don't kick rocks and figure it out on your own, deuces, moving forward. So Charisse was like, well, I feel like if me and Eddie had a prenup, then we wouldn't have spent so much money on lawyers because he spent $1 million. She spent $500,000. And baby, at that point, just stay married. Okay. I guess the song was right, honey. It's cheaper to keep her. So then Robin tells Charisse that Ashley is getting a divorce. Dang, Robin telling everybody, girl, Ashley getting a divorce. Hey, girl, Ashley getting a divorce. Okay, Robin, we got it. She was like, girl, she getting a divorce, but she buying a house with Michael. So Charisse was like, girl, I don't believe that. I don't believe nothing that Ashley talking about. Her and Michael like to come up with these stories. I guess she just wants some attention from y'all. I ain't buying it. I think this may be for a storyline, but that's just me. Because I feel like Ashley is acting a little bit too dingy. I got to go with Charisse on this one. It ain't making no sense to me. In the next scene, we catch up with Mia, and she moved to Potomac. She's now neighbors with Karen, and she said they decided to rent just to get the kids in a house. Child, not them showing it as Karen's rental. They panned over to Karen's house and put Karen's rental. Honey, don't do Karen like that. Don't do the Grand Dame like that, honey. Don't do her. So she said, she wanted to change things. She's like, there's a few things I wanted to tweak, and I've spent over $65,000. Well, girl, according to what's going on over there on Instagram and all these posts you making, you probably should have saved that money, because who in their right mind spend $65,000 renovating a rental? That don't even make no sense financially. Come on now, Mia. And this is why my mama always tells me, girl, you could be up today and down tomorrow. You save everything and still spend like you ain't got it. That's exactly my mindset. Yes, I do like luxury things. And yes, I do spoil myself here and there, but I'm really a cheapskate. Honey, I'm going to compare everything to Amazon. Oh, that's $5,000. Let me see how much it is on Amazon. Baby, if I can get my car for Amazon, I would. Do y'all hear me? Because, baby, you're going to always be able to find a deal. Honey, maybe that's just me. But anyway, that's just foolish, girl. $65,000 in renos on a rental. Anyway, Mia gives me Keeping Up with the Joneses. Mia, you should have stayed in your penthouse in the sky. Like, I know your children probably wanted the yard and being able to, but $10,000 a month in rent, okay? That's more than some people make in 6 months. $10,000 in rent and $65,000 to renovate it, to give it the zhuzh that should be given. Girl, goodbye. Moving forward. So her family is coming over for a little get together. It's their first time all being together at the house. And her mom shows up and she's like, yeah, me and my mom were up and down, but we're trying to make it work. So her mom was like, well, have you heard any results? She's like, 4. Listen to me. I have had a cancer scare twice. And it's all I could think about until I got back those biopsy results. Why is Mia acting like she can't remember what her mama is talking about? Results for what? Girl, for your biopsy. What are you talking about? Then she's like, yeah, I got him back yesterday. Okay, so I have a disease, okay, air quote, but they have to rule out that it's not in my lungs, but don't worry, everything's fine. And again, this is giving me Kim Zolciak season 1 reunion when really it was her thyroid. Mia, I need you to just say it's not cancer. Then you can dead everything that everybody's talking about and just say you misspoke because you were scared. And that happens, but you have to just say that. Like, girl, you had everybody scared and you being so nonchalant about it. That's what's pissing people off. So she was like, I had a few lumps, but I'm just waiting for the results from a chest exam. Now, I am praying for Mia and I'm just praying that there's nothing, no kind of disease whatsoever. I wouldn't even claim disease. I don't even speak disease. Let me tell you something. When it's time for me to get my exams and everything else, I don't even look at anything that has to do with cancer. Okay? I will scurry right on past it because I don't want to take in that energy or speak any of that into existence. So Mia, like, I don't know what's going on, but honey, it's a dangerous game to play. Just throwing out disease and cancer and this and that. Like, just keep it under wraps until you can figure everything out. Moving forward. And another thing, I'm just hoping that Mia isn't over exaggerating this thing because this is a super serious thing and I would never speak that over my life, like ever. So Ray and Karen, they arrive, right? And, Karen comes in and she's talking to the family. So she's asking Mia's sister what was quirky about Mia growing up. Josh had a little fibbing problem, always fibbing. So her sister gonna say, she does a monkey voice. Child, I was thinking, this black woman bet not emulate no monkey on this TV. Don't do it, Mia. Don't do it. I did it. Oh, my God. When I tell y'all, when she did that monkey voice, I said, baby, this is a fool. That wasn't funny to me. That wasn't entertaining. It ain't no way I'm going to get on national TV and be a black person and start emulating no damn monkey. Girl, that's a whole fool. So anyway, her and Karen, they go over to sit to the side because they want to talk, right? So Karen is like, I just want to know what it is that you need. And Mia was like, I don't need nothing. So Karen was like, listen, girl, the post kind of scared people. And Mia said the reason why she posted it was because her best friend told her to post it. But why do you need to share something so personal before you know definitely? I don't know. I guess some people use Instagram as a diary. But as for me, I feel like you should pray about it. Don't post about it. But that's just me. So Karen tells her, she's like, girl, I would have taken another approach, especially in this circle, because they question everything. And Mia basically was like, I don't give a damn. Moving forward. In the next scene, Wendy, 4 Degrees, and a Candleline Osefo, they go to meet with the honorary housewife himself, Peter Thomas, also known as Patricia. Hey, sir. So she wants to open a Nigerian lounge. And so Peter said that he wanted to do it together. So she tells him what she envisions for the lounge, right? So in the confessional, she's like, before we even get started, okay, I want to let y'all know that I did not approach Peter, okay? He overheard me and said that he wanted to be involved, okay? So I want the history books to note that. Child, because they'll say you was running up behind Peter, honey, trying to get a lounge set up, so I don't blame you. So Wendy starts telling him she wants a lounge that doubles as a library with all black authors and open to kids from 2 to 4. Baby, that's a rec center. It's giving rec center. It's giving the Osefo Rec Center on 4th Street. Wendy, what are you talking about? I ain't never, and I do mean never, wanted to read Maya Angelou and learn why the cage bird sings while I twerk to Cardi B featuring the City Girls. Absolutely not. Oh my my goodness. I want a big fine woman with some twerk with her. I want a big fine woman. I know why the cage bird sings. No, we're not going to do that, honey. That could be a TikTok remix. But Wendy, girl, if you don't go a lounge that's a library and doubles for kids from 2 to 4. Peter looked at her, child. He was like, no, that ain't gonna work. Don't no grown up want to be in there with no kids while they getting turned up. Child, I know that's real. Moving forward. So he told her that he would put his money up. And, he said he found a spot. It was 1.2 million. And she would give 20%, which would be like $300K. And she's like, well, child, me and Eddie, we share finances. Wendy always want to start a business with no money. Wendy, you have to think everything through. Girl, it take money to make money. So he told her that she won't see a return on the investment for about 24 months. But she's looking at $8 million a year and a net of 25%, which if I'm calculating properly, it comes to about $2 million. If she gets 20% of that, that's $400,000. So she's only making $100,000 profit over her investment in 2 years. I don't know. Now, the math don't seem to be mathing to me. It just seemed a little risky. Like, I don't know if I would do that. Now, after you get your initial investment back, yes, you could gross $400,000 a year, but I don't know. I just don't know. The lounge business, it's just tricky. It's tricky. So he was asking her, what Eddie thought about it. And she told him, Eddie don't want no parts, honey. Eddie don't want nothing to do with it. Wendy, I feel like you should execute the candle line first, then get into something else. In the next scene, Ashley and her boys go for a family dinner at Uncle Lump's house. So Ashley was saying in the confessional that she felt like, she had to pick between her family and Michael, but now she doesn't have to do that. So they sitting down, they getting ready to eat, and they start talking about her and Michael's, the mess they got going on. And so her uncle was like, are you going to get alimony? She said no, but the prenup said that she would get a lump sum, but now the prenup is no longer valid. So she was like, I am set to get half. And so they asked her, what does Michael make? And she was like, I'm not going to say, but I'm just going to say that he does well. So then they asked how much she would need to live comfortably. This is the producer talking to Ashley. She going to say, I don't know because I don't pay for anything. Oh my gosh. Well, girl, you better get to knowing. You got 2 kids. You need to know. So then she reveals that she doesn't have a lawyer because her uncle was like, well, do you have a lawyer? She's like, no, I don't have a lawyer. She don't got one because this is a made for TV divorce. I'll believe it when I see it. Okay. I feel like this. Ashley is not a dummy. So for her to sit here and say that she has no lawyer but wants a divorce, that's just plain silly. And I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at all. So she's telling him, she's like, yeah, we talked about it. We talked about a proposal. So her uncle was like, well, who's writing the proposal? She gonna say Michael. Girl, bye. So then her mama was like, well, will he be on your house? Like, how is that going to go? She said, well, we're creating an LLC, for me to purchase the house. So her uncle said, okay, so you ain't got no lawyer, an LLC, his house, his name is going to be on the house. Girl, what kind of life are you living? That's what I want to know. Okay, the math is definitely not mathing and the divorce is definitely not divorcing. Okay, it's a lie. He was like, are you divorcing or getting another business started? Ashley don't want to divorce this man. She's comfortable. She just wants her own space. That is what I really think. I think Ashley wants to stay married to Michael. And girl, don't nobody else want him. So, if you want to stay married to him, honey, do your thing. Just keep it away from us. She wants to stay married to him and she wants her own space. Period, point blank, honey. It's the new normal. You want to be married and live in 2 different houses. Ashley, we see each other. Okay? Because I definitely don't want to live with another man. Moving forward. In the next scene, we visit Giselle at the Etch-a-Sketch house. Hey, girl. And so she shows us her progress. It's still giving builder blocks. But it's hers. Oh, Giselle. Oh, my goodness. Here goes Giselle. Yes, I got a new entryway. Y'all wasn't ready for that. Somebody got to do the damn thing, so it might as well be Giselle. Y'all know one thing I love about Gizzard. Baby, she ain't going to give not one damn about what we think. She don't care. So if y'all think she care, she don't. Baby, this Etch-a-Sketch house is a fool. So she's trying to find something to wear, right? So she calls in the twins. And they are turning into such beautiful young ladies. I was like, look at them. They look so grown up. So they were showing the invitations that Karen had sent around. And baby Ashley's son was trying to drink the tequila. I said, child, like father, like son. So as she's sitting there talking to the daughters, she's like, I don't know what spring chic attire is. So I'm going to need y'all's help. And child, we know. So then she picks up the clothes. She's like, what about this? It was like this pink sequin dress. And they were like, nah, it's giving church. it definitely was giving communion first Sunday realness. I ain't gonna lie to you. So then the next one they picked up, and they were like, no. Her daughter said, I thought we were updating the wardrobe. Child, it takes her daughters to get her together. They are the best part of Giselle. Every single season, I look forward to seeing them, hearing their shade. I just love it. Moving forward. She is really blessed to have them. So finally they pick out something, honey, that they liked. And so she FaceTimed Robin to see, what she was wearing. And Robin saw the girls and she was like, y'all look so mature. And Giselle was like, listen, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to have a moment because they're about to be 16. Grace is about to leave. And I've always had this routine for the past 17 years. And it's just too much for me. Okay. I just really can't go. I just can't talk about it right now. Okay. The sadness is overtaking me. And I understand that. Because I don't want mine growing up either. But at least you got more than one. I just got him. What I'm going to do in 10 years, y'all? Child, I guess I'll give me a little boo thing, like Giselle said. Give me a little boo. I don't know, honey. It's a whole food. In the next scene, it's the day of the Spring Fling, and Karen arrives to the venue, and it starts raining. Po Karen. So then Giselle arrives. And baby Giselle going to grab her a bite of food if she don't do nothing else. Her and Candy would get along great. Do you hear me? And me too, honey, because I love to get me some food, honey. What I'm going to do is I'm going to eat. It's good to see Karen and Giselle actually getting along and having a conversation without being shady towards each other. I loved it. I love to see it. Now, it might be short-lived because you know how these heifers do. But I did like to see that. So they started talking about their kids, making small talk. So then they started talking about Ashley. Giselle was like, she lying. Point blank in the period, she lying. She ain't getting no divorce. And I have to say, I don't think she getting no divorce either. So Karen said, I don't think that she wants a divorce. I think that she wants a house. Michael want to stay in the concrete jungle. Ashley want a house with a yard for them kids. And she learned how to play the game and get Michael to do what she want him to do. She ain't no fool. And she ain't fooling Karen. The grand dame, honey, I think you on to something. I really think you on to something. So then Ashley shows up acting like she don't know how to put the umbrella down. I was like, girl, if you don't walk through there and put that umbrella down. But I have to say she looked great, okay? They said that the theme was Spring Fling. Baby Ashley was giving MTV Spring Break. Baby Ashley was cold as hell, though. Do you hear me? Oh, she was in there shivering. So she comes in, she sits down, baby, but Karen was living for the skin. Karen was living for it. So she was like, girl, I found me a place to stay. I found me a house. And yeah, we put it in the LLC. So Karen was like, girl, this ain't no damn divorce. So then Giselle said, y'all are getting divorced, right? She gonna say, no, we're separating. Ma'am, you said y'all were getting a divorce at the OG picnic. Ashley, stop playing in our faces. Please stop. So Giselle is like, no. You said you were getting a divorce. But anyway, girl, okay? Nobody buys a house with a man that they are divorcing. But child, then she accidentally spilled a little bit of Rob's tea. She was like, because Robin's name is the only one on that house. I mean, for now. I was like, ooh, Robin ain't no fool, honey. If Juan act up, she will have a place for her and her boys. Honey, I know that's right. She's like, Ashley, you're lying to me. And is. So she was like, no, just the closer that it gets to it, it just becomes more real. And I'm just wondering if this is the right thing for me to do. And then this morning I had a coochie craving for Michael. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, child. She claims she didn't do it though. And Giselle was like, girl, if you got a craving and you do it, the separation time, it starts all over. Ew. Nothing on my body would ever crave Michael Darby. Not nothing. So Karen said in the confessional, oh no, honey, you're confused. Get you a bag of chips and some popcorn and snack on that. Well, honey, they say with Lay's, you can't eat just one, honey. Oh, child, not Michael Darby. Oh, honey, it's just disgusting, child. So Ashley's sitting in this place, freezing the hell off, and Candace shows up. Hey, girl. Yes, Candace, honey, I'm loving the Ivy Park. Something about Candace's face looked different to me, though. Was it just me? I know y'all saw it. I don't know if it was contoured or maybe it was the eyebrows, okay? Because them eyebrows were eyebrowing. I was like, ooh, child, these eyebrows are really giving something. They're giving. So Candace starts talking about the alleged divorce. Candace wants her away from Michael and away from Michael quick. And I don't blame her. She was like, I would plan her divorce party. I just want her to get the hell away from Michael. So then a scholar makes an appearance. Hey, girl. So then Wendy shows up. Baby, she tried to go over there and speak to Giselle. Giselle said, no, ma'am. Don't hug me. And I'm going to have to say this. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't blame Gizzard. Girl, we've been fighting all last season. Now, I don't know what's the time in between last season and this season. It might be a year in between, 6 months in between, but we've been fussing, okay? So let's not even fake it. But it's crazy to me because Giselle can dish it, but she can't take it. You are always the first person to do something to somebody else, but then when it's done to you, now you want to hold a grudge. Girl, goodbye. So then Mia and G arrive. Here go Giselle. Baby, when I tell you she hopped off that bench so good, I said, baby, she got off that bar stool so quick. The lady ain't been in there 5 minutes. She gonna go over there. Yeah, I want to talk to you whenever you get a chance. Mia's like, oh, okay. She's like, so is this what cancer, no cancer looks like? Oh, my God. Giselle has no tact. It's like, oh, sometimes I just be like, you know what, Giselle ain't that bad. And then this. Giselle, there was a better way to approach that. This what cancer, no cancer look like? Like, cancer is something very serious. So it's almost like it's being made a mockery of. And it's people that are suffering from it, people that are scared, people that are wondering if they have. You know, it's just the way that it was said. I didn't like it. So Giselle was like, well, you know, based on the post that you edited, it seems like it was a whole look at me, I'm seeking attention type thing. So then Robin shows up, honey, just in time for the mess. Batman in here starting mess, Robin. So you're just in time. So Gizzard is like, remember you agreed, right, Karen? Karen said, no, I didn't. Giselle, now you know she did not agree. She said she needed to hear more information. See, this is how mess gets started. This is why Karen don't even want to deal with you. Because when the mess gets started, you start lying. Girl, goodbye. So Mia tells them, you know, that they called her and said that it looked like she had lymphoma. And after crying and going through hell and back, she felt bad and she just wanted to share. So for Giselle to say she was doing it for attention, F you. I was like, ooh, child. Well, I mean, I can't blame her on her response. Okay? Because look at how Giselle approached the situation. You could have said, well, girl, we're a bit confused, honey, because I mean, on the post, it was saying one thing, then all of a sudden you edited it. Was that after you spoke to the doctor? Like, what's going on with you health-wise? Like, because we want to be there for you if we can be there for you. Not, is this what cancer, no cancer look like? Child, Giselle knows she could be ignorant. And that was the end of the episode. But y'all, I told y'all me had a little line problem. Y'all gonna start listening to me. Y'all gonna start listening to this avatar. I told y'all. Child, y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about the season premiere of The Real Housewives of Potomac. Meet me back here next Sunday. Let's move on down to Married to Medicine. I will catch y'all on the flip side. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.